What is happening? So to start off, I did get my 1 year chip. See, so I did get that. It went well. So all that other shit I talked about still going on, but it's more of a it is what it is thing. You know, it's funny that saying "it is what it is." The guy that I learned, first heard saying it, who said it all the time, was years ago, and he used to be a professional baseball player. Well, he played for the Toronto Blue Jays, so that doesn't really count, does it? I don't know. I don't think it does. Might as well have been the Montreal Expos. That's old school. I think I aged myself with that one. But he used to say that all the time. It is what it is. So I remember when I first heard him say it, I was like going, that's very profound. He was a deep man. We didn't grow up together, but we were the same age, so we kind of clicked. It's kind of nice being friends with somebody that actually made it to the big dance, you know. So, but one of his tops actually, I have all his baseball cards, and I think it was his rookie year card. I'm not gonna say who he is, but you look at the picture and you're like, and he laughed when he told me the story that they had all went out partying the night before, so they're in spring training, and he's so freaking hungover. And then they find out that they knew that they had to take pictures that day, and so when he told me the story, and then you look at that Topps baseball card, you're like, oh yeah, you can totally see that he feels like shit and is dying inside in that picture. So every time I see that picture, it just reminds me of that story. Learned a lot about the politics with agents and baseball players from him too. Because I was asking him one time, because we had this relief pitcher. His name was Boof Bonzer, in Minnesota Twins, who remembers him. And we had him forever. And every time he would come in, he would lose the game for us. And I was asking Alex, all right, his name's Alex, but I was asking him, you can look up all the, no, it's not a Rod, but wish it was, borrow some money from him. Although he does kind of own the Timberwolves now. I should call him up. Hey, what's up? You don't know me, but anyways, he was telling but I was asking him. I said, "You cannot tell me that the Twins can't bring up anybody because they can't do any worse, right? I mean, he sucks." And he said it has nothing to do with that. It has everything. He went in depth on it, but it has everything to do with the agent and their agreement with that team about that player. So a lot of times when you see certain pitchers or certain players that just absolutely suck, and you see it the most in the bullpen, is because these teams have so many farm teams. It's like, this guy is terrible. Why is he still here? Why isn't he being replaced? It's because of politics in baseball. So, but a lot's happened. A lot of not has happened also, but most of it that's happened has nothing to do with me. I am not talking about the Dr. Disrespect thing. Well, I might talk about it for a sec. I mean, look at his character. I mean, if you watch professional wrestling, there are certain guys like Ric Flair, Brock Lesnar. A lot of them are the character that they portray. A lot of people say that about Brock Lesnar. I just actually watched a thing on Shelton Benjamin, and he was saying the Brock Lesnar that you see on TV is the real Brock Lesnar. And then, of course, everybody sees all this shit about Ric Flair. He is that guy. So when you see Dr. Disrespect, it's a character, but it is that guy. I mean, I've only known Doc for a couple years, not personally, but he's always this arrogant, pompous ass, you know, with this aura around him that he can do no wrong. And I'm guarantee you that he probably thinks he can do whatever he wants. I'm not saying he did what he did. Innocent until proven guilty, but he's obviously texting somebody. Big dummy. But I think he's done. My son had texted me saying, "Can you believe this shit with the doc?" Because my son was the one that said, "Hey, you would like Dr. Disrespect." I didn't know who he was. He said, "He's like your age." It's like, all right. Didn't really get it, you know. I would still post stuff about him. I know, but it's sad, but I'm not surprised. Yes, it was 2017. Just stupid. And I'm sure he's looking back going, "Oh man, that was stupid." The thing is, people lose a lot more in their life for doing less. And I don't think the dude's hurting for money, so he could probably not do anything for the rest of his life and still be financially fine. So I I don't feel I feel pity, I feel sad for him, but I don't feel bad for him, He's the one that dug this hole. So that's all on him. So we'll see. But my son and he was like, we were like talking about he'll be back, and I said, well, I did see that that he's going to take an extended break, and I don't see him trying anything for at least a year. I will be surprised if he does go back doing anything. If I was him, I'd leave my channel up, obviously, but I don't see him doing anything new unless he's incognito when he does it. Holy crap! I have to mow today. Oh no, I hate mowing. Maybe I can live stream me mowing the mowing the yard, the lard. A couple buddies of mine do a stream, Nerd Fights, Dark Knight, and I think Dark Knight's got 90 days. I have a year, MF. So I'm better than him. Just kidding. But proud of him. He's doing well. So if any of you want to know what I was like back then, one time I was live streaming me playing games wasted, which really started screwing up my stats. But in my mind, I thought this would be good for views, you know. But when I started going through all my shit, man, realizing how embarrassing crap like that is, I went through this phase one day of I started deleting my old streams, and then which takes a while. Well, it does on how I do all this shit. I don't have a computer, so like going, how do you get this stuff done? I just get it done. So, but I did end up. I said, you know what? I'm leaving the rest of these. So there are gameplays where I'm talking about certain things that I am wasted in them. So I should go back and watch them. What else you guys want to talk about? I don't know. My beard fell off. I haven't seen my chin in years, like 20 some years. The reason why I did it is I had an ingrown hair. I was like right there, and it would not heal after I got it out. And I kept scratching, especially at night, and I'd wake up and I'd have blood all over my beard. And I'd put stuff on it, but with the whiskers. So I ended up just. It's kind of weird. It's summer. I mean, it's morning right now, so it's cool. But how cold my chin, this part of my face, would get while the rest of my face felt normal. So. Don't want to talk politics. I'll say this though. Much better. If I die, do not let me vote Democrat. Just saying that right now. The last time I voted Democrat was Paul Wellstone. A lot of you probably don't know who that is. He's the last Democrat that I felt honestly believed what he was saying. And then he died mysteriously in a plane crash. Weird. And Walter Mondale took over. Huh. Actually, I looked that up a while back, and I think that investigation still isn't like completely closed on the explanation on how or why that plane crashed. So that's all I gotta say about that. I got no eye-opening news or nothing about that. But he's the last time I heard a politician speak that I honestly believe they meant everything that they said and was actually trying to help people. All right, I'll talk about TikTok for a sec. I don't like really watch a lot of videos, just pretty much the people that watch mine. But I noticed that there's so many of these people on TikTok. Can I prophecy? Write your name down and I'll prophecy. And there's so many people on that. And I get it. They're doing this live stream. They're getting these views, and people are writing their name in. And then this guy's gonna prophecy for them. Let me tell you something about false prophets, or people that say that they are prophets. They need to be 100% correct on every single one of their prophecies, or they're not a prophet. That is it. So if you believe in somebody that they're a prophet and they prophesy for you and it doesn't come true, they're not a prophet. Don't freaking buy into that bullshit. The same with these TV evangelists. I can't. Joel Osteen do a flyover in his mansion. That's another guy, a Christian. Get off our side. We don't need you. I'm a bitter Christian. That's it. That's all. I'm done with that. I'm just saying, if they're a prophet and they're genuine, they're going to be right every single time. Even if they're 99% right, they're still not a prophet because it's the word of God. God's never wrong. So he can't be 99% right. He's 100% right. 110% right. Back is feeling good. I think that's it. Was just going to be a quick little update. So, yeah, I didn't really have anything deep and meaningful to talk about. I do have a dream. I have a dream that in one of these videos, when I make it, it's going to be so inspiring.